Hello, sorry, excuse me. Hello, greetings again. Continuing from this that Islam allows slaughter of captives. Aka Mehdi Puya says, Islam, the slaughter of captives was never allowed by Islam. Commentary section below verse 4 of Surah 47, Surah Muhammad. So if you're still wondering, and you may be still wondering, like me, I have asked for help from the Allah, true Allah. Maybe the Umayyah Allah was true. Who knows? But here I will just show you. Let's say a thought has come in your mind that, no, Zahra, in Ayat 61 of Surah Ahzab, they would seize them. That's, what is that? Maybe that's just catching them and they're not. But what are we said here? Maybe that's just catching them, right? And then you have to slaughter them because they've done such mischief or anything. Or something, they've done mischief. These rumor mongers, those in whose hearts is a disease. You look at all the Quran ayats and hypocrites, about the hypocrites, and time has come that we do what? We slaughter the captives. We seize them, we take hold of them. What also we can do, the Surah Muhammad ayat tells us, is that smite at their necks, yeah? At length, when you have we can thoroughly subdue them, meaning, please pay attention to every word here, important words, thoroughly subdue them. Bind a bond firmly on them. Yusuf Ali translation of Surah Muhammad again, verse 4. So we're like going from Surah Ahzab, I'm here. Please open your Qurans, open the multilingual Quran like I showed you before. You can come to this ayat and the commentary section. What did I read? The ayat now? Akapuyas, only this we're concentrating on now. Not even this, that this verse commands every believer to kill or be killed when he fights disbelievers. Of course, in a battle, now you are allowed to kill and be killed, right? So you would, okay, even this we leave it. Shias have won. But it could be open to interpretations, but those are the gone cases, Muslims, right? Okay. It's not open to interpretation. The followers of Ali have never done this in their lives. The followers of Bani Hashim, leader Ali, Imamat, after Prophet Muhammad. You know what is the difference between Shia and Sunni? Sunnis took the Umayyads as caliphs. The Shias of Ali never took the Umayyads as caliphs. Never, never, never. Because then we would be doing injustice. The will of Allah and by the choice of Allah. Ali was made, and Prophet Muhammad is the true prophet. He holds this welfare thing to take care after him. It was Ali. What a great thing. The greatest thing I've never heard. Like even Jesus Christ has left, but he sent the comforter. Christians say it's the Holy Spirit. We say it's Prophet Muhammad. You can look through the verses of both about the comforter and the Quran, compare. At least that comes true in the Quran verses. Okay, that comes true. He will not speak on his own. We are told in the Quran ayat that he does not speak out of his own will, but God. Surah Najm ayat and all other ayats. And what else will the Comforter do? He will do righteousness through a sword. Maybe like that, he will, I think with the sword or with something, he will kill the unrighteous, and maybe so all that. I've forgotten a lot since I had gone through it in Karachi many a times, and comparing it with the Quran ayats, what Jesus Christ said he would be when Jesus Christ leaves the Christians. And so, and this comforter, so that the comforter may come. Okay, now, forget all that, please, because we are at such a threshold, I cannot tell you. If I go on about that, then again I will, and if I say Ya Hussein, you know what it happens to the hearts of the Shias. So, for just a few moments, let's keep our feelings, prejudices, beliefs, everything aside. We'll just see this one contradiction in the commentary section given by Aka Mehdi Puya through the Ahl Bayt and the Imams of Ahl Bayt. And he's explaining this ayat. This ayat. Therefore, okay, so I should read this ayat completely. So he's explained here, the part of it is, the slaughter of captives was never allowed. What's the word here? To be emphasized? Never. Can you see this? Can I show you? Wait a minute. I'll show you this word never here by Akapoya. I don't want you to miss anything. See it with your own eyes. Sorry. Oh, this is on the flash now. But let me see if I can show you. Akapoya. Never allowed. The slaughter, the slaughter of captives was never allowed by Islam. Looks like the sun is coming up, sunrise. Stars are also there, dots. So it's a dawn. You can now see the stars with the sun shining bright. But here, Akapuya says, once the enemy is brought under control, he's explaining what? This ayat. Surah Muhammad, verse 4. What does it say? Yusuf Ali. Shall I take Yusuf Ali translation? Therefore, when you meet the unbelievers, brackets start, in fight, brackets closed, smite at their necks. At length, when you have thoroughly subdued them, bind a bond firmly, brackets open, on them, brackets closed. Thereafter, brackets start, is the time for, brackets closed, either generosity or ransom, until the war lays down its burdens. So we cannot blame Akapuya in saying that here, before saying never, where is it? When once the enemy is brought under control, the release of prisoners with or without ransom is recommended. Because Akapuya has explained this ayat, right, through the help of Ahl Bayt also, and word by word what this says is that it says you can either generosity or ransom. Thereafter, like you've made them, you've bound them firmly, bound them firmly, right? Thereafter, now even my English going insane. Thereafter, it's a time for either generosity or ransom until the war lays down its burdens. Thus are you commanded. But if it had been Allah's will, He could certainly have exacted retribution from them. himself in brackets, close bracket, but start bracket. He lets you fight, close bracket, in order to test you, some with others. But those who are slain in the way of Allah, He will never let their deeds be lost. So Aka Puya has explained with the help of Ahlul Bayt and everything. We have to take the help of Ahlul Bayt. We just cannot, make a translation out of ourselves, thinking, using our minds alone. We have to use the help of Ahlul Bayt, the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt. So they've explained, and Aka Puya has explained, right? This is the commentary now. This was the verse I read, Yusuf Ali. This is the commentary of Aka Puya. The commentary of Aka Puya, not the verse of the Quran. The commentary says the slaughter of captives was never allowed by Islam. What if I tell you it was allowed? Will you believe me? Like I told you in the last video uploaded, captives thoroughly, completely massacred. So then you'll tell me that these were really terrible people, they would get up and fight again, give quite a terrible, horrifying fight, war. Always paved the way for the battlefield, right? Paved the way to the battlefield, these Muslims and Rasulullah. So then I tell you that here in Surah Muhammad, verse 4, it is written that you can even bind them firmly. And then it is also up to you if you see, or you can, they broke treaties of peace, you would tell me. But can you not bind them firmly like you've made them captives, right? This is like, they are now your captives, bind a bond firmly. Now it says you can either out of generosity or ransom. Until the world lays down its burdens, you can thus, no. So you can either out of generosity or ransom. Like thereafter, world lays down the burdens, thus are you commanded. Let's read a picture. Either out of generosity or out of ransom, you can fast. What does it say, God? Okay, so I'm like that verse in this surah. What is going on? And you might be like this too, as a Shia. I know. Therefore, let's read a picture. Now when you meet in battle those who disbelieve, then it is smiting of the necks until when they have rooted them, then making fast of bonds. And afterward either grace or ransom till the war laid down its burdens. So afterwards you can, out of grace, let them free, or out of ransom, like taking payment money. That is the ordinance. This is now not the way of Allah. I wonder what it is, but Biktil says, I wonder that a Biktil translates this ayat 4 as that is the ordinance. The ordinance in brackets is the ordinance in brackets. Close bracket. And if Allah willed, He could have punished them without you in brackets. Without you. Close bracket. But start bracket. Thus it is ordained. Close. It is ordained by Allah. Thus it is. Willed, He could have punished. Yes, but it is ordained. Allah has ordained it that He may try some of you by means of others. And those who are slain in the way of Allah, He rendered not their actions vain. So this verse commands every believer to kill or be killed. Now we come to the ordinance to kill the disbelievers is applicable when they launch. Okay? Maybe, I may have forgotten to read about this commentary, Shia commentary from Ahl al-Bayt. But Ali M.A. commentary. Ali M.A. Ali or Ali M.A. commentary. The ordinance to kill the disbelievers is applicable when they launch an attack on the believers, not when they have surrendered. Islam prescribes effective defense in the event of an unprovoked aggression. Islam prescribes effective defense in the event of an unprovoked aggression. Refer to the commentary of Baqarah 190 to 193. I haven't referred to that. So here we go again. So now we would want to go to Surah Baqarah commentary 190 to 193. You may go there. I will go there later, perhaps. But now, oh goodness. Okay, we have to burn all our bridges. See, Shia. So I take another. So multilingual Quran. I'll just stop here. Or what I'll do is I'll come back. So my point for now was, for this video, that you see, you will see, because the Shias will stop me and say, okay, they were seized and then they were massacred with a complete massacring. So these were what kind of, when they were attacked. Like the Muslims were attacked. Rasulullah and the Muslims were attacked. When they're attacked, and the attack is on the believers. So the ordinance to kill the disbelievers is applicable when they launch an attack. They're attacking the believers with swords and attacking them, right? With guns and all this. Not when they have surrendered. Not when they have surrendered. So Islam prescribes effective defense in the event of an unprovoked aggression. Refer to the commentary of Baqarah, Surah Baqarah, 190 to 193. So I have not completely unprovoked aggression. Okay, I've lost it here. I will see this, but slowly now, slowly. Simple words prescribed effective defense in the event of an unprovoked aggression. Okay, so you may see here, let's go to the, I will go again, open a tab, or do I have a multilingual Quran open here? 66. Oh Prophet, why do you forbid yourself? No. This is Surah Tahrim. So I'll go to Surah Ahzab now. Surah Ahzab, and see that why were these? Because, wait a minute. I'm being stopped here. Gaur karo. Pay attention. If Akapuya has said, and now he was one of the biggest scholars of his time, Shia scholars, and it's come from Ahl al-Bayt, that there was never a killing, Islam never slaughtering of captives. So these who are seized, for a few minutes you would say, no, they are not captives. But I'm saying, you take Surah Muhammad, and you can bind them firmly and keep them there. You know, you don't have to kill them because what you've done. So forget the Baqarah and too much going into detail. Just this I can show you with just this, where we have failed to do justice, to see the truth. On whose side is the truth? See, don't make it complicated now. We will get an answer from this. And then you decide if we have to go to Surah Baqarah and read. You also read there. You go there and read it. But if I, through these succinctly and through these ayats, simply show you that these seized now can be your captives. For how long, we don't know. But we are not told in the Quran this in detail. Like, shouldn't you be careful? Like, this is the Almighty Allah who wants justice and who wants the betterment, who wants our best. The creation, His own creation. So would it be right to say this is the way of Allah and seize them and completely massacre them? First, okay, I'm bad at this. Please excuse me. I'm really bad. So yes, I'm on Ahzab. See, is it right for Allah? So I'm just or maybe how shall I give it to you? So we're going to, if I explain to you first, let me just, you see, Allah is saying here, and this is open to interpretations, add one word from here to there, and then we've got it all wrong. We could take that verse saying that they deserved the punishment so I want to say that for now, let's not go to Surah Baqarah here and there. If you want to go, you can go, but let me just show you from these Quran ayats that for a second, don't you think these were captives and they could be kept as captives because they're seized, right? Very, very slowly. They're seized. Okay, they're seized. When you've caught them, no, it says when you find them, and now, yes, when you've caught them. You've seized them. What does it mean? Seize. Now, yeah. You see, seize. Give me the Google seize. What does it mean, seize then? Seize. Definition. Take hold of suddenly and forcibly. Take an opportunity eagerly and decisively. Number one, verb. Take hold of suddenly and forcibly. Seize. Google Oxford Language Dictionary. So this is the word used, so I take the English word used is seized at times in translations. Take hold of suddenly and forcibly. What have you done? You have made them captives. This I need to prove, and then you can go wherever you like. Oh, if you like to waste your time on this. So I have no words. Do you get it? For a second, can you say for how long you've seized them forcibly, suddenly? Can you say that it's captivity? Oh, what thing has fallen on me? So can you say it like this? Can you say we have seized them? They're your captives for a few seconds until you kill them. And what have we told you? Shakir 33. Translation, sorry, Quran 61. Cursed, wherever they are found, they shall be seized and murdered, a horrible murdering. Shakir translation of verse 61, Surah Ahzab. Yusuf Ali, they shall have a curse on them, colon, meaning whenever they are found, they shall be seized and slain without mercy in brackets. So this ayat, first we take it slowly. They shall be seized. They shall be found before, and then they shall be seized. But I'm just explaining the seized. Then they shall be seized is my word, right? They shall be seized. Whenever they are found, they shall be seized. What is seizing again? Forcibly, suddenly take hold of them. You decide whether to kill them. Aren't they your captives right now? They are. In your captivity, you can kill them. What does it say? Now I don't have to use my words. Do I have to use these words? And slain without mercy. Yusuf Ali. Shakir translation. Murdered, a horrible in brackets, murdering. Seized. What have you done? Taken hold of them suddenly and forcibly. Can you say for these few seconds that you have taken hold of them? Now they are your captives. Not even be. For a few seconds. What does you can say? Look at it, because it's very important. Justice we're trying to do. This is an Ayat 61. I'm not even reading a commentary. I'm just trying to explain to you to see this properly. The seizing, although it doesn't say, they say you later take them as captives, but you will not even keep them alive to take them as captives. But wait a minute. Now, for a few seconds, would you not say they are our captives? This is believers' captives. Rasulullah's followers at that time, captives. Yes, Rasulullah's people, Ummah, the captives who are Rasulullah's warriors, they're captives. Or all the what are we not told? What has escaped us? What has escaped us here? What has escaped Akapuya? I cannot believe it. So going back to Akapuya, commentary, multilingual Quran. What does Akapuya say under verse 4 of Surah Muhammad? The slaughter of captives was never allowed by Islam. This point, very important. The slaughter of captives was never allowed by Islam. Don't tell me I haven't convinced myself of the truth here I'm seeing. This is what Akapuya said. What do the Imams say? Even if our hadiths are against the Quran ayats, what do? You reject them. We were told you can just throw them against the wall, even if their names are on it. So what do we do with Akabuya? Now, are you convinced as a Shia? Because I know you Shias, and I know myself too. So no dilly-dallying, going to Surah Baqarah, aggression. unprovoked, all this. No. This commentary of Akapuya, these lines, the slaughter of captives was never allowed. The slaughter, in his words, written here in blue, the slaughter of captives was never allowed by Islam. This is his commentary under verse 4 of Surah Muhammad. Surah Muhammad, verse 4 of Surah Muhammad. Huh? Bond firmly, subdued them, bind a bond firmly. When you have thoroughly subdued them. So, okay, but my point, this is a terribly violent, unjust. You have subdued them, then what you do, bind a bond firmly. So if you're saying those were very extreme rebellious cases, let's say you're even saying that. So where do we go now? Where do I take you? I take you back to Surah Ahzab. So here you can see that you have subdued them, and this you would call captivity, that you bind them then. After having subdued them, you bind them. But this seizing of them, you would not call captivity for a second. Because you see, but why wouldn't you? Because you are even able to, now what are you able to do? Go slowly. What are you able to do? It says, now you are able. Now, it doesn't say it like this, but it says, and slain without mercy. Yusuf Ali. Shakir. Murdered, a horrible murdering. Tell me, weren't they not your captives? You seized them. Now you can continue keeping them as captives, or you murder them. What are we told here? You've seized them, you've subdued them, they are your captive, you can keep them. Captivity, this leads to what? Captivity. It can lead to captivity. This is, for a few seconds you've seized them, you've made them captives, right? Or it leads to, okay, let's say you will say that this seizing, now you can make them captives, bind them firmly, subdued them. Please read Surah Muhammad verse 4. And now I'm here. Surah Ahzab, chapter 33 of the Quran, verse 61. What do? You have seized them. They can be your captives, but you murder them. We are told in Surah Muhammad, verse 4, subdued completely, whatever that means, and then bind them with a bond or a binding, captives. Or now these captives, you can do what? You can forgive them with the grace of Allah, by the grace, or whatever it is said. I wouldn't do justice to that ayat if I use my own words there. So I have to go back to Surah. I should have put both these ayats together, the commentary. A great presentation, but this is awful. Therefore, when you meet the unbelievers in fight in brackets again. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's read Pictel, not even Yusuf Ali. Now when you meet, or let's read the most easiest one, Shakir. So when you meet in battle those who disbelieve, then smite the necks, until when you have overcome them. Now you have overcome them. Smite the necks until when you have overcome them. Then make them prisoners. and afterwards either set them free as a favor or let them ransom until themselves until the war terminates. Themselves in brackets. The word themselves. Until the war terminates. That shall be so. And if Allah had pleased, He could certainly have exacted what is due from them, but that He may try some of you by means of others. And as for those who are slain in the way of Allah, He will by no means allow their deeds to perish. This is for the believers, slain in the way of Allah. And so, this is the way of Allah. Remember 62 ayat? Surah Ahzab, chapter 33 of the Quran. So going very slowly, these are now, you have subdued, overcome them, then make them prisoners. So can we say that they are now subdued here? I'm a little slow in using this Chrome tab. Sorry. Okay, here, verse 61. Cursed, wherever they are found, they shall be seized. Seized. Stopped. Caught hold of. And murdered. A horrible murdering. Between this seized and horrible murdering, can we say that they can be made captives? Prisoners? Yes? But we are told they were not made captives for a few seconds, like you seized them and murdered. Horrible murdering. What a thing. It is for someone to see. Do you see what I'm seeing? Or you don't see it? They are seized. But here, yes, I agree that Surah Muhammad, Ayat 4, subdued completely. You have seized them. You have gotten hold of them. Another word, here it is you seized. There you can overcome them. You can overcome them, make them prisoners. Surah Muhammad, Ayat 4. Ayat 4. Sorry, excuse me for making these mistakes. I must be really, really tired. I must be perpetually tired, chronic fatigue. So I have chronic fatigue and all this and mental illness. Do you see this or do you see? Seized. But what are we told there? Murdered. And murdered with a complete murdering. Or what was that word? I keep forgetting. Or massacred. Slain and slaughtered. Slain, you can't say slain and slain. Right? What would that be? If you slay them once, how can you slay them again? So it must be slain and slaughtered. Murdered and slaughtered. So you find them, you catch hold of them. This means the moment you have seized them, all of a sudden, they have no place to go. They don't have a sword to fight you. It's not in a battle. Wherever you find them, seize them. And so my point was that what Akapuya has said in this commentary written, right? Again going to this one. Akapuya. Surah Muhammad, ayat under verse 4. Ayat 4. The slaughter of captives was never allowed. Captives was never allowed by Islam. But what do you call these seized ones? Murdered and butchered, slaughtered. This is the way of Allah. Verse other. Okay? So I'm going to fast, perhaps now. Like we say in Islam that some sins, no. Yeah, for example, this could be a bad example, like don't go there because, this could lead to adultery, fornication. Don't drink because that could lead to adultery, fornication. Your defense is low, and all this. So, all these things that could lead us to indecent acts, avoid. What is the seizing? Now murdered because since you've seized them, you can now murder them you can even slaughter them. And that's what we are told. In Surah Ahzab, Ayat 33. If you take Quran.com, so I'll go to Quran.com here. What does it say? Quran.com, Surah Ahzab. Okay, before I proceed, any more questions coming up or still stuck? And I proceed to verse 60. Surah Ahzab. I'm going there. Are you sure now what this said that Akapuya? Let's not put the blame on Akapuya, the Shia religious scholar. He saw that ayat and he said, there's no killing, no slaughter. Okay, maybe killing, but no slaughtering. So another good point to note, and still I'm right. You know what slaughter is? There's no slaughter. Oh, like murder. You know what murder is? Mens rea. And then so slain. What are we told here? Oh, you mean you can kill them? Kill the captives? But you cannot slaughter them. Now another thing. So, what is no slaughter of captives? Islam has never allowed the slaughter of captives. So, maybe I could... no, wait a minute. Let me see here. See, I'm saying due to this ayat, Akapuya is wrong. Word by word it says. Even قتلوا تقتيلا and massacred completely. And these, they are seized. أخذوا, they are seized. Okay? See. ملعونين wherever they are found, they are seized. So if you've seized them, you've completely overpowered them, you've caught them, can they not be made captives now? But what are we told? What have those Muslims done? Huh?
وقتلوا.
What can they do? And massacred completely. What can the believers do to them? And massacred completely.
تقتيلا.
And massacred completely. Let's say killed relentlessly wherever they are found. Dr. Mustafa Khattab, translation of this verse. Massacred complete. Seized and massacred completely. Sahih International translation of 61 verse Surah Ahzab. Do you have any? Think about it. You see, before this, they would get themselves seized. Seized. So I asked God, give me some sign, Allah, Lord. True, this time I can't. I don't even know who to trust. How many prayers and all this. Big religious scholars, eminent religious scholars, Shia, seized. You know what captives are? They are your prisoners, but they are seized, right? They are captured by you. They are captured. Captive, meaning a person who has been taken prisoner, or an animal, that has been confined. Captives were freed after the kidnappers told them a ransom had been paid. Imprisoned or confined. Okay, captives. What Akapuya is saying, these prisoners were never killed. They were in captivity. And I was wondering if I could use you see that seizing. But they are now overpowered by you. So does captivity could start from there? Made prisoners. But no time. So, no, I have a feeling I'm right. But maybe I'm wrong. Seizing someone, seized and killed. So they have been seized to be, no, they're saying go slow. My other side of deep. Maybe this is open to debate. I could be wrong. Prisoner. Depends on how long you can captivate, make them captive. Take hold of suddenly and forcibly. Seized his arm. She jumped up and seized his arm. Google, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to know. As a Shia, I have to be you as a Shia are so careful, like your ulamas. Yes, what can I do? Yes. And so you're saying that Zahra Jawad, one part of you is saying, no. I think Akapuya, but Akapuya, in his own right, he said the right thing, that prisoners were never. How can you believe that? Prisoners were never slaughtered. Prisoners were never slaughtered. But those who were seized here were slaughtered. There, the word slaughter could be used. And it's a Sahih International gives a massacre. Massacre. In massacre, we have like mass slaughtering, killing and slaughtering. Massacred completely. You know what massacre means? So, actually, how I should say it is that Akapuya gave me a good point to come back to this ayat, Surah Shall I say it like this? That Agapuya gave me a good point to see. Again, examine these ayats. Like, were these caught? Not made prisoners for a long time, but caught. They're caught. And so in this modern world, they would be sent to court. Police catching them, sending them to court, the case, who decides for them? We were told many at the time of Prophet Muhammad, the Ummah did not listen. They were hypocrites, some of them. Group among yourselves. Surah. So all this, right, doesn't make sense to me. Surah Nur Ayat. A group among yourself who spread this rumor, slander, against someone. I'll go to. So you know what I mean? Like, they were not all true Muslims. They were hypocrites and all this. Maybe what here means that a true Muslim would go and kill. Massacre. Massacre means an indiscriminate and brutal slaughter. Slaughter word is used. Slaughter of many people. Thank you. Because of this English word is used in the English translation of this Quran ayat, this word is used, so I had to look at it. Sahih International has used it. Complete massacring. So this means they've tried to bring that word, Arabic word, as close as possible to the English word. So I have to look at the English dictionary for the massacre, the word they have used, with a complete massacring, right? A complete massacring. So I have to look at the English word definition, and that would be enough. Deliberately and brutally kill many people. Verb. The first is noun, and indiscriminate, and brutal slaughter. See, slaughter of many people. Cold-blooded massacre. The attack. Oh, this just explains how we can use the word in a sentence, the noun in a sentence, massacre as a noun, and we have this verb, deliberately and brutally kill many people. That's it. And then the sentence, thousands were yeah. How to use it as a verb. Massacre as a verb. Sorry about this flash thing. And what does Sahih? So go back to Surah Ahzab. So that's why slaughter is given there. Massacre means slaughter of many people. Deliberately and indiscriminately. Like not even with proper judgment discriminating properly. So you can have a look at that, and I'll have to look at it too. Because Sahih International, the Sunni Muslims will be looking at it. What is this? If they may so consider, for justice's sake and truth's sake. And I thought only the Shias could do this for justice's sake and truth's sake. But no, there are some Sunni Muslims who would and have become ex-Muslims too. So let's see. The truthful, the sincere ex-Muslims, I salute you. Sunni Muslims who have become ex-Muslims and come out and help, I salute you. So, and you're looking, studying, learning, those here too who would come here for the sake of learning and examining the Quran critically, appreciating. That's what I wanted to say. Oh, Dr. David Wood, whether you, okay, so Mr. Sam Shaman, like that. Or Mr. J, really sorry, but I've the challenges you even gave the Sunni Muslims. I'm here to defend them too, even though they killed our Shias in Pakistan because of the sake of the truth and justice and all this. But I couldn't. I failed completely. And here I am now, ex-Muslim, former Shia. 61. Dr. Mustafa Khattab, the clear Quran. No, so I was talking about this. Massacred. Say, please, focus. Can you see this? Or should I be able to? Say International. Oh, these dots on my screen, sorry. A lot of dust and things. Accursed, wherever they are found, being seized and massacred completely. Say International.
وقتلوا.
And word by word now, translation of the Quran, Arabic. وَقُتِّلُوا, and massacred completely.
تقتيلا.
And massacred completely. So can we say now,
أخذوا.
here, they are seized. So this is finished. Sorry, I'm jumping very fast. Just trying to now finish it, I guess. They are seized. So you have a choice. You can make them prisoners. But no. Like I was thinking, once they are caught, oh, there's a difference. Sorry, I could use, I thought, okay, they're not captives, but you kill them. Like there's a very thin line, as we say, between, like, for example, insanity and sanity. That's my question. There's a very thin line between sanity and insanity, right? Very thin line. So, oh goodness. I see things and say, why not? No. You see things and say, why? Who was that quote from? And I see things and say, why not? I dream things and say, why not? So, okay, back. Sorry, maybe my heart couldn't take it. So I need a break, like cartoons, some fish here, some women, faces, song, I think. The mouse is really, like, is it a mouse? It's a long mouse. No, because you have zoomed it. He's scared. So I hate people being scared and animals looking scared and shocked. I just hate it. I think I told you about the Mota incident where I was there, the building opposite it, hoax, bomb blast, a bomb call, hoax call on about a bomb being in the building. And then I went in the building because my heart said, no, go in the building. I couldn't see these men also being scared, in herds, running in herds. So, okay, back here. Maybe, let me see, I'll contemplate. Like for me, it was like, prisoner now, you've got them. And, you've already decided also their case. Because as soon as you seize them, killed relentlessly wherever they are found. Dr. Mustafa Khattab. So where the chance of becoming a prisoner for 1 day, half a day, 15 minutes, 10 minutes you gave them, right? And this is slaughter, the word, meaning massacre means that you have like many mass murder, massacre and slaughtered them. Yani after, meaning after killing them, you have butchered them. And then if you don't believe me, you can go to the English word slaughter, from massacre to slaughter. What actually is the slaughtering of many people? Kill animals for food, you know. How do we kill animals for food? You know it. Slaughter. Or let's go to butcher. Same word. Same meaning, just different word, sorry. Butcher. A person whose trade is cutting up and selling meat in a shop. Slaughter or cut up an animal for food. Verb. Cut up. Slaughter or what? Cut up. Do you see this? So, anyways, maybe I thought I could convince you or to make you see this, that words are not coming. Maybe after 2 years, words don't come easy to me. How can I find a way to make you? Words don't come easy. Fergie, what's the name of this? The person who words don't come easy. F.R. David. Yes, so F.R. David. It just says F.R. David here. Song by F.R. David. Okay, words don't come easy. This is just a simple song that I've made for you on my own. There's no hidden meaning, you know when I say I love you, honey, please believe I really do, 'cause words. Okay, thank you very much. Let's see, you decide. I'm just here to study and show, and then I'll also have to decide. It's not just study and show, meaning you will have to make a decision when you see. Let's see what your heart, your mind, what decision, where you end up. I hope to the true Allah, true God, true living justice, truth on the side of the oppressed, the true oppressors. Oh, sorry, excuse me. The true oppressed, the truly oppressed. Oppressor is zalim, cruel, the one who is oppressed, sorry. So it's just some, okay, so dust, sorry. Okay, thank you very much. I will come back later. Hope this is not too boring when I'm searching and all this. But really, although my heart is hurting, it's quite taxing. But at the same time, after every trouble, there is, the fruit. Tired. What was that Quran ayat? Sorry. Okay, I can't remember now. Okay, I'll be saying sorry and thank you. I'll leave you to please make a decision soon. Leave it. Leave Islam. I do get emotional and I say, leave it. Get out of Islam. Get out. Thank you so much.